Hello everyone, Dread BC finally back with you again. Took a little break from the game. It was mostly against my will. Uh, as it turns out, I had a graphics card that had a fan on it that was not super loud, but louder than the other fan. It was a 1080 Ti, a NVIDIA 1080 Ti. The EVGA one, and it was a great card, but it was the second one that I've had. The first one I sent back to the manufacturer and got it replaced because one of the fans was really squeaky. It sounded like a bird chirping in my PC when it got spinning. And this one, it sounded like it had a bad bearing. But when I sent it back, they said it would be 3 to 5 days before a new one would ship. Well, as it turns out, NVIDIA's trying to phase out those GPUs completely, so they didn't have any on hand. They weren't going to get me one for several weeks. So Cyber Power PC was nice enough to upgrade me to a 2080. Not a 2080 Ti, but a 2080 is still technically an upgrade to the 1080 Ti from what I've seen. It's smooth. It's very smooth. I do like the card. And now that everything's up and running again, I can actually record another Daily Quest video. Oh my goodness, I know y'all have missed me so much. I'm guessing. So, today's quest. Cast 20 green and or white spells. There's a mono green deck going around. I have a lot of what's in it and have made a couple of changes. It seems strange to run something that costs 12 and run 23 forest, but we'll see why. 4 Adventurous Impulse for the dig. This lets us make sure we hit our land drops. It also allows us to choose which creature we want to draw, which is huge late game. Llanowar Elves, the obvious auto 4 of inclusion here. Kraul Harpooners, great against the mono blue matchups. Also has another synergy later on, I'll explain. Thorn Lieutenants, this is supposed to be a 4 of because of the abundance of red burn. This is good against them. They can't kill it with one spell. It's a minimum of 2 to kill everything. Steel Leaf Champions, same sort of deal unless they're running Lava Coils. This is just an enormous beater that's way overpowered for the cost. I probably should go ahead and put a 4th one in here, but because I only had 3, I started with that and switched a couple of things around. Thrashing Brontodon, this is great against the Odontos, great against Escanta, and any kind of white enchantment removal, so the worst thing that can happen to this card is someone hits it with an Exelon's Binding, because then there's not much we can do with it. The Beast Whisperers are an addition that I put in lieu of a 4th Nullhide Ferox and a 4th Steel Leaf Champion. These just sort of become card draw. Not bad. I do wish it was a Ferox or a Steel Leaf Champion most of the time instead, but it still actually gives us a little bit of game against board sweeps, so that any kind of comeback mechanic is good to me in green. The Nullhide Ferox is just a it's similar to the Steel Leaf Champion, but I think it's actually just, I sometimes feel like this card can be too strong because this one can be played on turn 3. If you can get a 6/6 hexproof on turn 3, that's insane, because most decks it'll be turn 4 before they can kill it, and they have to run black to do that. Biogenic Ooze, great value creature. You're getting 2 creatures for the price of 1. They'll usually be 3/3s. If you play this into red, there's a good chance they'll kill one of them before it evolves the other. Or, well, not evolves, but you get the point. Before it strengthens the other. Black is the same story. But if they don't have any interaction, 2 3/3s is good. 2 4/4s is better. And then you just start pumping out multiple creatures late game, and it gets out of hand. Vivien Reid, we all know what she does. She will win you the control matchup, save for them having specific removal for her or just being able to deal with her in some fashion. If they don't deal with her quickly, you will win. Carnage Tyrant, this was not one that was in the original list at all, I believe. In fact, it might have been 4 Vivians, but too good against control, and it's sort of been out of commission lately. Not a whole lot of Carnage T running around. I think the main reason is because there's now so many board sweepers. You've got Cleansing, good God, it's been too long. Cleansing Nova, you've got Kaya's Wrath, and a lot of those are auto includes in the black-white decks and Esper control, so don't let that fool you. Carnage Tyrant is still very, very good. And we've got Ghalta, Primal Hunger, a 3 of. Why 3? Because he's so easy to get out in this deck. When you're running things like Oozes, Feroxes, even the Brontodon is a 3/4 for 3. That does play into it. Steel Leaf Champions, and the Kraul Harpooner. You are going to get this guy out super early. Now keep in mind when the Kraul Harpooner comes down, you don't necessarily have to fight something. You can, but it's a choice. You may have him fight that creature. So you could play him into an empty board and he's like or not an empty board. You could play him into a creature on the other side and he'll come in as like an 8/2 for that turn. Well, you just paid 2 mana to reduce Ghalta's cost by 8. So yeah, do the math on that one. Anywho, we're going to run it as is. I haven't played this in a few weeks. The deck, obviously. I haven't played the deck in a few weeks, so I'm not 100% certain how it's going to run. Hopefully it'll fare well. We are going to find out for sure. Alt-tab for a second so I didn't get any game sounds. This is not a terribly exciting hand, but it is also not bad. I'm going to keep it. Start with a turn 1 Llanowar Elf. If they kill the elf, we've got a turn 2. If they don't, we've got a turn 2. They did not kill the elf. They are running... Okay, that's not a guild gate, so let's just go ahead and do this. This is a little more difficult for them to deal with than the two... Well, not more difficult, but you get the point. It's a big creature. They're not just going to burn it out easily. And it blocks Vanguard for days. Alright. So I think the play here probably going to be Lieutenant, Impulse, go. Because I don't want to attack with the Llanowar and be dumb. I don't want to turn this sideways and let him attack back for 3. So I'm just going to play the Lieutenant. Play Impulse. I actually think I'd rather grab a land here because I don't have enough to really fuel the Whisperer. And then no attacks. Next turn I'm going to play Vivien and then just start trying my best to get on the train to Value Town. Pride Mate. Okay. Healer's Hawk. Alright. Vivien's not too worried about that Hawk, so I'm going to go ahead and play that out now. I don't think he's going to have a major pump spell for the Hawk this turn, so I'm not going to bother -1-ing. I'm just going to do this now. Go ahead and grab the Ooze. They're not going to know about the second one, so... no attacks yet. We're going to play the Go Wide game. Alright, you've got a Vanguard. And the History of Benalia. Okay, so the history is going to give us a choice here. The question is, do we sack the Brontodon now? I think we're gonna. I want to get the Brontodon off the board. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, that's probably a good enough reason to... Oh, you know what? Things change. Look at the top. What do we got coming on here? Ooh, Harpooner. That does exactly what we wanted it to do, but it's a little bit early in this case. We are 1 mana shy off Ghalta. This would be 2 for 3. This would actually still get us the Ghalta. Isn't that right? This would drop it down to 5. I would have to lay a land and play the Harpooner to get the Ghalta out, wouldn't I? Actually, I can't math today. I'm going to try this. I think this should do it though. This is actually a really important card right here. Yes, I would like to take action, thanks. And yes, we can still play the Ghalta. Okay, perfect. Yep. It gets a 1/1 counter, but that's okay. I can block it. Alright. Now, I don't have the mana to kill History of Benalia this turn, but I do before it gets crazy. We got a bodyguard on Pride Mate, I'm assuming, yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured. And the second Benalia. Okay. So Vivien's going to get some work done this game. Okay. Well, let's just do the obvious thing here. Pop that off.
Feel the wrath of Scala.
Play this. And then use this ability. Take that out. Heroic reinforcements is a problem. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16. He could kill my Ghalta, but he's got a super multi-block to do that. I still don't feel like an attack is terribly beneficial here, since we are still on the go wide plan. If he wants to attack into Vivien, we get to choose what dies, as opposed to giving him the choice as to what dies. At this point, the Harpooner is essentially just a removal spell again. Okay, so yeah, that one was going in our favor. If he didn't draw a lot of really good spells there, we were going to go much wider than he was. We were going to be putting out 3/3s every turn without drawing the cards, and if we got enough lands out, we would get multiples. Alright, so that went well. That's kind of sort of what the deck is supposed to do. It's generally more aggro than that, but against decks that are also aggro, it plays a better defensive game. With one exception, that being red. Red tends to just ignore creatures on the board sometimes and go over top, which is why we would end up turning them sideways a lot. This is an unexciting hand as well. And the reason I say that is because we have a turn 1 sorta, we have no real turn 2, and then we have a choice between our turn 3s. But both choices on turn 3 are pretty good. I think just for science, I'm going to keep it. 2 Adventurous Impulses means that we're not going to get flooded. We're going to have choices. Watery Grave. Okay, so we could probably say that next turn we are going to lose a creature. I'm not going to play the Adventurous Impulse because I don't want to pull a good creature out and then have it thought erasure 100%. This is going to be the Steel Leaf Champion, almost guaranteed. If they get rid of the Thrashing Brontodon, it's because they have Search for Ascanta. Yeah. Steel Leaf Champion is heinous for control. Ooh, and they didn't see that one, so they're not going to see it coming. Cool. So, let's see. I'll go with Ooze. So now they know we have Ooze. They don't know about Carnage Tyrant. And might as well do this too. Ooze number 2. Alright. So now they know we have 2 Oozes, and they're going to be looking for a board sweep. I'm going to walk this Brontodon directly into an Absorb. Or a Sinister Sabotage, one of the two. Yep. No surprise. That's 1 counter spell down. Hopefully we draw something we can do on turn 4, because as it is, this is going to be, ooh, unexciting. But that's okay, because if we draw 1 more land, our next turn is going to be a counter spell, very likely. Alright, counter spell. You've got to, right? Okay, so he's got a Wrath. Well, he doesn't have Kaya's Wrath. He might have Cleansing Nova. Or just a removal spell into turn. Really? Cast down that one, huh? Got another one? Ah, Binding. Okay, that's fine. Land. Land off the top. Anybody. Land off the top, please and thanks. Steel Leaf Champion will work just fine in this case. Still prefer a land, because then we can start the Carnage train going. Kill it EOT? Yeah. Oh, Thought Erasure. Okay. Carnage T number 1 is gone. And now he's seeing just how bad this hand is looking for him. Come on, land. We do not want to give him another chance. at getting that out of our hand. Damn it! Alright. You got the kill spell? Not yet. Do you want to counter this? You better have a board sweep now, buddy. See what I did there? That guy came into play. He got stronger because the spell's in the graveyard, and boom, Ghalta came out for 2 mana. You better have that sweeper. Or another Ixalan's Binding. Teferi? That's not fairy. Burying the Ghalta. That's fine with me. So now we send 3 here. 5 to Dome. Boop! The question is, do we ooze or do we elf? I think I'm fine with just ooze here. Because we have a much better... Why can't... Oh, that's right. Can't ooze. I knew that. Forgot about that binding over there. Don't really see that card much either. Okay. Still in the game then. If we draw a land. Woo, here it comes. Whoa, here he comes. Watch out, boy. He'll chew you up. Bam. And Herc. Counter it. Counter it. Please cast and absorb. I want to see it so bad. That works too. He's digging for that removal. I bet he needs double black. He's got a Kaya's Wrath in hand here. Oh, he didn't have it. My goodness. My goodness. We beat out the control monster, folks. So that was pretty fun. Ooh, got a pack too. I'll open it after this game. Let's go ahead and finish the quest. This is going to be a shorter video. I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. It's been a long time since I've talked to nobody, so... I have not played much in my time off. I'll be 100% honest with you on that one. I got really burnt out, you know, for if you can accept that amazing joke. But I got really burnt out by playing against mono red nonsense. It's just gotten too much, really. This hand, any hand without a Llanowar Elf seems bad, but this one's actually decent. It's got a turn 1, 2, and 3. Let's shape what we've got going on here. I think I'm actually going to get the Thorn Lieutenant, not knowing what we're playing against. Because if I do see Mountain go, I'm definitely playing Thorny Boy on turn 2. Ah, Blood Crypt. So yeah, this is also going to be a Thorn Lieutenant. Grixis, okay. Probably going to get rid of the Brontodon here, even though the Kraul Harpooner is cheaper and still has 3... Oh my goodness, okay. Now that I think about it, Kraul Harpooner is going to stop them from using... What's his name? Nicol Bolaf. We'll go ahead and play out what we've got. They still don't know about Vivien. They know about Forest. I'm glad about that. So we managed to scoot that one in on there. Alright. They've got to have exactly Essence Scatter to stop this guy. Anything? And play out the Forest. Next turn we will be pretty close to Hellbent. Let's see what they got. Really? Well, if they've got a sweeper, ooze is good. If they've got a counterspell, I'd rather it hit the ooze. Because I think their sweepers are going to be like Ritual of Soot. So I'm going to play this first. If they want to sweep, they can. Yeah. So that went well. Man. Mono green trouncing dot deck. I'm telling you, man. Woo! Alright. Store. Actually going to go to the store first. See, what we're doing now, we are buying packs of Guilds of Ravnica. Reason being, I'll show you. If I open this, I'm going to get gems. Or a mythic. That's my other option. I've got all the rares, 4 of, for Guilds of Ravnica, but I do not have a single Spawn of Mayhem, so I'm okay with this. This is actually a fantastic card, and I actually need 3 more of them. But I need some lands from this set still. A Gruesome Menagerie. Okay, I think that's my 4th one. I did not need the 4th Gruesome Menagerie. Okay. First video back in a long time. It is going to be a short one. It was fun to play, but I am going to call it for now because I've got to work today, and I'm just going to do a little bit of relaxing before work. It's been kind of stressful lately, so think that's going to be in line for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think of it. Any suggestions that you have other than, why don't you build the actual list with 4 Thorn Lieutenants and 4 Steel Leafs and 4 Nullhides and get rid of those crappy Beast Whisperers? Probably will. It's, these undercosted creatures are a lot of fun. Anyone who knows me, let's see, I play World of Warcraft. What do I play? I play a Tauren. They're enormous. I played a little bit of Borderlands. I played the Gunzerker because he's this big ripped guy. Everyone who knows me knows I like things big. And oddly enough, I've never played Shadow of the Colossus because that to me is kind of a... It seems like a game that I would like because we're looking at monstrous creatures. But at the same time, it's monstrous creatures with very small hitboxes, essentially. So, anyhow, getting off subject here. Undercosted creatures with way too much power is the name of the game on this deck. If you like what you saw, by all means, run it yourself and tell me what changes you'd make. Didn't get a whole lot of changes with the new set. Biogenic being the most notorious, obviously. Adventurous Impulse is old. I think that's the only one, really. Biogenic Ooze is just enough, though. I do kind of want to build around this guy a little bit more because I think that the quasi-duplicates and the oozes is still one of my favorite things to do in Standard right now. I just have not actually been able to get a good, solid deck that runs that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I do have one more deck that I need to record that's going to be for the MTGA fun side because it's too... It doesn't cast enough spells to do quests, but God, it's so much fun to play, and once it gets rolling, it's like unstoppable. But that's it for this one. Hope everyone enjoyed. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and take care of yourselves. Good luck out there.